Hello friends, my name's TheRealEmile. If you've paid any attention to car culture in the past 20 years, you will know of one of the best rivalries in automotive history. The battle between the Subaru Impreza WRX and the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo. Both of these cars had four-wheel drive, both had 2-litre turbocharged engines, and both grew up on the WRC calendar. Recently, however, it was announced that production of the Evo was coming to an end, so can the new 2015 WRX still manage to cut the mustard despite having little in the way of competition? Well, on the surface, everything seems to be in check. The 2-litre boxer engine is here, and as usual a big turbo is attached, allowing the WRX to produce in excess of 300 horsepower. The WRX also has a 4-door saloon configuration, allowing the car to be practical and potentially even a daily driver. But how does the new car drive? Well, the first thing I instantly noticed was the firm suspension. In the past, these rally-bred road cars had softer springs due to their off-road origins. However, the stiffer springs in this model allows the car to be much improved when it comes to track driving. As you'd expect, the WRX is quick. 0 to 60 is over and gone with in 4.8 seconds, and despite the massive wing, the WRX can go all the way to 166 miles an hour. So the WRX is quick and is now nicer to drive on a track. But what about the corners? Well, as you'd expect, the WRX has a 4-wheel drive system, and well, the issue with a 4-wheel drive system is understeer. And I will be the first to admit this car has a fair amount of understeer, and when it comes to the corner, the Evo 10 still has the WRX beat. However, the 4-wheel drive system does mean this is a very easy car to drive and control. In fact, the WRX even brought on a spot of lunacy from me. This car just makes you want to pull the handbrake occasionally and go sideways. Provided you're not a complete moron, this car is even easy to control when going sideways. Anyways, it is now time to see how the Subaru does round our track. Now, as far as expectations for this car, I'm not too sure. It's 4-wheel drive, it's got 300-ish horsepower. We've had similar sorts of vehicles go around, but we had no Evo 10 round yet. So it'll be interesting to see how this car compares to the Evo 10 when that finally goes round. Anyway, through the first corner, this car, as I've said in the past, the Top Gear track can sort of emphasise issues with vehicles. So if the vehicle has understeer, it can emphasise the understeer, oversteer, it can emphasise that through the hammerhead and so on. You really could feel the Subaru's understeer around this track. I do have to say, after driving the Evo 10, as far as drivers' cars go, that was probably the best one. However, the Subaru, it feels a lot more fun to drive than the Evo. This car, it feels... I can't really explain it, but the Subaru, at least in my opinion, feels better, more fun to drive. However, the Evo is the driver's car when it comes to the track. Went a bit off there, as you can see. I was trying to take as much speed as possible through these corners. However, that understeer really did catch you out every now and again. Brakes are pretty good on this vehicle, almost average, I'd say. Around the second to last corner, not too many issues. And around the last corner, we had a whole heap of understeer, but I just decided to plant my foot into the carpet. Anyway, onto the times. The WRX STI goes into 29th with a 125.481. It's actually a pretty decent time, beats out a Lancer Evo 8, Golf R. That's sort of the most comparable to the WRX. I'd have to say it was beaten by the Volvo by about 0.700 seconds, but then again the Volvo does cost 30,000 credits more. So, what's my final thoughts on the Subaru? Well, I really like this. This is probably now my favourite generation of WRX. I like the way it looks, and it's also a hoot to drive. As far as pricing goes, 35,000 credits is all they ask for this car. As far as performance to value to money is concerned, this really is in a class of very few. Anyway, friends, I want to thank you all very much for watching. My name's been TheRealEmile. Until next time, farewell.